Proverbs Chapter 3 through the Bible. Part 3. Material blessings have a spiritual significance. Honor the Lord with thy substance, and with the firstfruits of all thine increase. So shall thy barns be filled with plenty, and thy presses shall burst out with new wine. Proverbs 3 verses 9 and 10. This represents total commitment. Remember that when God told Israel about the land he was giving to them, he said, "The land is mine. I am giving it to you." Israel was to bring a tithe. I think they actually brought 3 tithes to the Lord. At the very beginning of the harvest, they brought the firstfruits. That was to acknowledge that God was the owner of it all. It was an evidence of total commitment. Don't tell me you are totally committed to the Lord until your pocketbook is committed too. The Lord gave you everything. Some folk may say, "I have worked hard. I earned this." But who gave you the health to work? Who gave you the work to do? Who made it possible for you to make money? My friend, God did all that for you. Acknowledge Him. That is the evidence of total commitment. Someone may complain that this sounds very mercenary. No, this is real spirituality. May I say that genuine spirituality is not the length of the prayer that you pray. It is the amount on the check that you write. That is the way one can determine spirituality. I have learned during my years as a pastor that the person who did the most talking was the one who did the least giving. This is always true. The people who want to run the church don't do much for the treasury. You may be sure of that. However, God promises His blessing to those who honor Him with their substance. The chastening of the Lord. My son, despise not the chastening of the Lord, neither be weary of His correction. For whom the Lord loveth He correcteth, even as a father the son in whom He delighteth. Proverbs 3 verses 11 and 12. God is going to chasten you as you go along through life if you are His child. Remember that God does not whip the devil's children, but He certainly does spank His own. That is a good evidence that you belong to Him. In the book of Job it says, "Behold, happy is the man whom God correcteth. Therefore despise not thou the chastening of the Almighty, for He maketh sore and bindeth up. He woundeth, and His hands make whole." Job 5:17 and 18. Now remember that chastening is not punishing. We have confused punishment with chastisement. The criminal is to be punished. The child is to be corrected. I believe the judges in our land have this thing all mixed up. I have seen a judge take his own little son and slap him across the face when he should have corrected him. Then he turned and let off the criminal whom he should have punished. Criminals are to be punished. Our children are to be chastened, that is, corrected and disciplined. That is what God does for His own children.